During August of 1939, Hitler announced a pact with the Soviet Union. This pact would then go on to be called the Nazi-Soviet Pact. This pact had made the two nations agree that they would not fight each other during World War II if the other went to war. They also agreed to divide up Poland amongst themselves. Hitler wanted another power to help him conquer Poland. On September 1st, 1939, Poland was invaded. Germany invaded in the west while the Soviet Union's Red Army invaded in the east. Hitler's Blitzkrieg, also known as Lightning War, was a tactic used to immobilize any forces before they could get ready to attack. This form of attack consisted of an armored attack combined with an airstrike. Because these attacks were so fast, France and Britain could not respond fast enough, so they declared war on Germany. In less than 4 weeks, Poland was taken over. This battle is considered by many to be the official start of the war.
The Battle of Stalingrad lasted about 7 months long and occurred between August 1942 until February of 1943. Over 2 million people died in the battle, and it is regarded as one of the most brutal battles in history. It is arguably called the most significant battle throughout World War II, since the Soviets effectively defended their nation from the German invasion and control and a potential Nazi takeover. The Allies now had the upper hand in the war, so it can be considered a significant turning point in World War II.
The Battle of Midway served as a precursor to Iwo Jima, a major turning point for the war on Japan in the Pacific. The battles at Midway and Iwo Jima resulted in around 26,300 American casualties and countless blows to the Japanese arsenal. This was the first time that the Japanese soldiers truly showed their no-surrender policy. Of around 21,000 Japanese on the island, only 216 were captured by the Americans. The rest were killed by war or suicide. These very strategic locations weren't easy for the Americans to take, but they eliminated 2 very important military bases for the Japanese.
Being the primary event that is remembered with regard to World War II, Pearl Harbor was the Japanese attack on the United States, which is an extremely important turning point in the war. This is because the United States changed its stance after Pearl Harbor from an isolationist perspective to a fighting power. It occurred on December 7, 1941, over Honolulu, Hawaii, and killed and wounded thousands of soldiers and other civilians, and a large amount of military equipment. Germany and Italy also backed Japan and also waged war on the United States, making it basically obligatory to join the war.
In the years leading up to the U.S. becoming involved in World War II, the Germans had made great progress in conquering most of Western Europe. By the time they had crossed over into and taken over France, the Pearl Harbor attacks had brought the U.S. into the war. Eisenhower, the general who led the invasions, knew that the Germans would continue to expand if left alone. So he launched an offensive attack to drive the Germans out of France. On June 6, 1944, 156,000 Allied troops stormed the beaches of Normandy. Over 4,000 lives were lost and thousands more were injured. But the beach was secured and they shipped in more men and equipment. They would proceed to use these resources to drive the Germans out of the